Hello, everybody, and welcome, wavy, to a new Natural Havoc campaign. We're not live on Twitch. We are, in fact, here on the YouTubes, and you may be unfamiliar with me introducing the sessions. That's because I'm the DM this time, and Onion's one of my players. So, we're going to tell you a story of a short adventure through the Feywild. This is not in Veritas, this is not even on that world. This is a world of my own creation, named Gorvan Crescentia. So, you'll find more about this world and the denizens of it as we progress. However, for now, how about I introduce you to some of our cast? Tim, would you like to start us off?
Sure. Well, I'm Finton Stouthorn. Nice to meet ya. You can see, I'm a satyr. I have those fluffy butt. I have nice horns and like nice hoofs. It's something the ladies like, I believe. And yeah, I'm a devout follower. I'm a devout follower of one of the best. I will tell you, one of the best. You've heard of her. It's the goddess of love and beauty. That's who I adore, obviously. And yeah, what's left to say? I'm a satyr. Oh, everybody loves a satyr. You know what they say. You can spend the night with a minotaur. You won't forget, but a night with a satyr.
Thanks, Tim. um, next up would usually be Eagle. However, Eagle is unfortunately not here today. He's busy being ill. So he will be joining us in session 2 and beyond, however. That means the next person up is indeed Smitty Jane.
Oh, is it me? Well, my name is Aurora Night Whisper, and I am part of the council as your personal counselor. You can come to me with all of your problems, and I will make them better. And also, I look good when I do it.
Fantastic, thank you very much. As you can see, people are introducing their characters for the first time. You will meet them obviously in the game, but it gives people a chance to get into character a little bit as well. Next up, checking my notes again, we have Lan.
Hello, my name is Candelaria Periwinkle, and I was born the 14th out of 25 children. I know there's a lot of us. They always used to say, "Damn those periwinkles, they are everywhere." But you know, most of my brothers and sisters, they are botanists and they're farmers. But me, I was lucky. I was a bit bigger than most of my brothers and sisters, so I joined the local militia to get fighting. But you know, I haven't really fought a lot. But then this old fey guy came to our little village library, and I really liked the guy, so I banged on his door for 3 days and 3 nights so I could please be his assistant, and I couldn't just. I didn't want to stay in my little village any longer, but I guess my tenacity. I guess he liked it because, you know, he hired me and he pays me well, and he taught me how to read, and he even taught me some spells. And now I'm his bodyguard, and I take a lot of pride in my work, even though I haven't really fought much yet. But yeah, well, there you have it.
Thank you, Lan. We have 2 English people in this campaign, and Lan sounds more English than both of us. Next up, we have Agent Zed.
Hello there. This is my Winter Sprite. I'm a fairy, as you can see. I'm not too used to people. I don't like the big city much, but I love the outdoors. I love the woods. I love the caves. I love the quiet, and yeah, I don't like to stick out too much, but yeah, I keep to myself. So that's me.
Thank you very much, Zeb. And next up, I believe, just double checking again, we have Paddy Max.
Hey guys, my name's Clover Thistlefoot here. You may recognize my last name. I'm known around these parts. Yeah, the way I am is I'm a little Harangun dude. I'm hanging out. More like a hangout dude. Basically I'm a ranger. I've been out here shooting arrows, firing shots at people and doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, the name's Clover. You'll meet me. It's good to meet you guys, and if you're ever looking to trade something valuable, I have an eye for the shiny goodies. So yeah. See you guys soon.
Thank you very much, Paddy. And finally, and I feel like this is going to be the shortest out of all of them, I'll pass you over to your old DM and first-time player, the Onion Soup.
Hello there. Sebastian Voss is the name. You've heard of me, right, darling? No, you haven't. Well, I'm sure you will soon. I'm a smooth talker, silver tongue, and a man of many, many talents. But I'm sure you'll find out all about that later.
Thank you very much, Onion. And then there's me. I will be your dungeon master. I will be the beasts in the world. I will be the folk in the city. And I will be the big, bad, evil guy. But for now, I'm just Rez. Hi. So, let us begin and let me set the scene for you all. It's mid-autumn, and the city of Iortis, the de facto capital city of the nation of Iorta, on the continent of Gorvan Crescentia. Iortis is a strange city. I call it de facto capital because the whole nation of Iorta is so entwined with the Feywild, they don't really go by regular mortal terms for things. However, the base of power for Iorta is the city of Iortis, so that's why it is their de facto capital. Most places around the continent will have portals to other planes of existence, be it the Hells, the Feywild, the Shadowfell, but Iorta's a little bit different because it's not just portals, but the entire Feywild leaks through. In fact, in the city of Iortis, you can be in the prime material plane, the regular plane that most mortals live on, 1 second, and the next, you can be in the Feywild itself. At this time of year, the many trees and greenery around the city is actually turning into a shade of vibrant orange and brown. However, the many fungal growths throughout are still a very vibrant color. The smell of magic is in the air, and the faint aura of magic emanates from the streets and the walls themselves. Today, we will go around each of our characters and find out where they are just before this day gets a little bit different to the regular ones. By the way, can we see the
map?
the kind of entrance? Not the map, but the entrance screen. We should be able to see
Oh, yes.
Great.
But the map scene to me.
the map scene. Yes, sorry, the map scene. So, as a side note, it's my first time running Roll20, so I'm going to have a lot of getting used to things. So, you can see here kind of a picture of Iortis in the background there, as well as a depiction of our characters. But let's move on to a map of the city itself. Here we are. And I suppose what we'll do is we will start the day with our good friend Finton Stouthorn. Finton, you are starting your day in the Temple District. The clamour of morning rituals going on around you encompasses your vision, your sight, everything you can smell and hear. You make your way to your small enclave, to your goddess, the goddess of love and beauty, Soon. And there you see someone you haven't met before. Now, they're wearing white garb, so they definitely look as though someone who is a devotee to a god. However, they're standing in your enclave, apparently let themselves in, and they're a tiefling with silvery and hibiscus skin, pink hair, and a scent of eucalyptus coming from her. What do you do?
Excuse me. This is a sacred place. You know, it's the place of Soon. You might have known her, like the goddess of beauty and love. And what in the actual world are you doing here? You haven't you seen the closed off sign?
Master Finton, it's such a pleasure to meet you. I've heard many, many good things about you. My name is Niran Kite, and I have recently graduated from my apprenticeship in Euphentra, and I have been sent to assist you around the Enclave.
Wait. Master Finton. First of all, I like that. Second of all, it's not the first time I've been called that. But
Well,
graduated, you say?
yes, I'm quite fresh, you could say.
I can tell.
But I'm just here to learn and to look after this location with your guidance, of course.
I turn around. I take my holy symbol. I'm like, please, Soon, please don't let me fuck this up. Let me behave myself. I beg you. And with a straight face, I turn back. It's so lovely to have you here. I think we'll get acquainted sooner or later. I can help you.
Oh, it would be an absolute pleasure to be acquainted with you. And on that note, as we set the scene a little bit for Finton, let's move over to our Mages Academy, where I believe we will have a certain Candelaria Periwinkle. Candelaria, you have woken up in your dorm in the morning. You have gone down to find Glayrune, who was going through the regular texts, etc., that a lawkeeper would go through. This greying old gnomish man, or at least appears to be a greying old gnomish man, in bright green and gold robes, adorned with runes, turns to you and says, "Good morning, Candelaria. How are you doing?"
As I sort of, like Thumper from Bambi, I thump my foot a little bit. Good morning, Master. Have you slept well? Is there anything I can get you? Would you like a cup of tea or maybe some rose water? Or is there anything I can do for you? Can I carry your law stones? Is there anything? Can I help you?
Oh dear, you know that I'm Fey, I don't sleep. However, whilst a tea does sound lovely, I think we actually have a very busy day packed today. What I would need from you is to gather my walking gear, such as the incense that makes it smell nicer than the rabble that we'll have to walk through. That would be fantastic. I must go to the tapestry at the center of the library, for there is a new story to be told, and the Dreamstrider must be informed.
A new story? I love new stories. Let me get you some incense at once, and I'll get you your walking stick for your back, and I just sort of rush to get those things.
Glayroon kind of leans back in his chair and goes, "Such a lovely young girl. I could definitely still do all this myself, but it's nice to have the help." And on that note, we will cut over to. Let's go out to the farmers district, shall we? And spend some time with Clover Thistlefoot. Clover, you awake in your house that you can describe to us in a second, but you are the sole inhabitant currently. Are you still currently living with your family, or?
Just about, yeah. Just about.
Cool. None of the family is in. They all appear to have gone about their daily chores. What do you do to start the day?
Ugh. Alrighty. Ugh. Time to get and hop out of bed. Right. Where is everybody? Hello? I sort of awake in what it can only be described as a very unkept sort of burrow of a home. It's more like it's sort of halfway between a hole in the ground and a mud hut. It's really just like a little hut. It has a roof, but I mean, in comparison to the other houses around, it's nothing fancy. You can tell there's a lot of bed linen on the floor, where clearly there's meant to be other family members who are all out and about doing their thing. This isn't the first time that Clover would have woken up by himself. He's usually the last one up, and often everyone else, including the young children, are out before he is. All of his 40 or so siblings. But yeah, I guess first thing he would do is sort of hop out of bed and alright. I better get my move on. I gotta get out of the house and see what new adventure is up for me today. Let me see. Okay, I've got the trinkets that I want. Yeah, that'll do. Come on then, Clover. Let's get the Fiddlefoot on the road. And he heads out the front door.
Fantastic. We'll move on next to the Shawl. The Shawl is a strange district. It's darker than the rest of the city. Its pathways hidden under cloth roofs low to the ground. It sits in the shadow of the Dreamstrider's palace, and the Dreamstrider is someone we will touch on very shortly. And shady deals abound, with bioluminescent fungi lighting the streets. We see a rather handsome, dashing young man falling out of a venue known as the Deepest Breath, the local brothel in Ioltis. Onion, could you please tell us a bit about what Sebastian is doing this morning?
Yeah, well, certainly you would see him stumble out of the Deepest Breath, and as he does, you would see this very well-dressed elven gentleman of pale complexion with white shoulder-length, wavy, immaculate hair, even though it looks like he hasn't quite prepared himself for the day at this point. You see these very piercing green eyes that ever so slightly sparkle, like that of a shining emerald. He has a chiseled jawline and a handsome smile to match. He looks a visage of beauty reincarnate. He wears an emerald green waistcoat with golden filigree and golden chains that hook over the V-neck of this waistcoat, and adorns a brooch of 2 black antlers across his left pectoral. He wears a brilliant white shirt with matching golden filigree beneath a white suit jacket, immaculate, with gold and green details across the trimmings. Wearing brown tailored slacks and green and brown boots to match. Looking upon this man, you would definitely sense a lot of wealth, nobility, and clear importance. And you also see a small flash of a smile, but something that leaves something more beguiling beneath. And as he kind of stumbles out, maybe quite not fully dressed, he slides his arm into the jacket, looks around, looks up to the sun to see the time of day. Well, I really ought to be getting on my way. He looks to his right and sees a beggar nearby, just flicks a silver piece towards him, and then begins walking off in his direction.
Thank you, sir. That's so kind of you.
Oh, don't speak to me. And he carries on walking.
Well, with that, we will move ourselves over to Dewhome, the final location of this morning, where first we will see Aurora. Aurora wakes up in her rather gorgeous townhouse in Dewhome, and she looks around and she notices it's a bit later in the day than maybe she'd planned. She's actually probably late for her first appointment at the Dreamstrider's court. What does she do?
Oh, is it time already? I was having such a good dream. It always happens. Where's my notebook? And she straddles around her bedroom and she grabs a few pieces of paper and it's like that when you see back in the day where you just walk through the closet and you have clothes on all of a sudden, and it's like coffee down the drain and out the door and sort of still grabbing onto the papers flying around her. And she's just muttering to herself and going over the client that she has. It's like, oh, that gosh darn Bernard! I bet he cheated on her again. And strides out of the door.
Fantastic. Aurora walks out into one of the middle-class housing areas of the city, known as Dewhome, a place where teachers and courtiers and diplomats tend to live. And a street or so over, another person is starting to wake up. In the home of May Wintersprite, as she rouses from her sleep, a blue figure at the end of her bed, translucent, turns to her. Time to wake up. You have a busy day ahead, I believe.
Yes, I will. Sure. I need to get ready for the day first. And she'll get up from her bed.
Do you want to
and
describe what the figure at the end
Yeah.
of her bed looks like?
Yeah, it's a very mysterious looking figure. It's kind of has a deep hood up, wears like a mask, like a raven beak, and yeah, you can't really tell who's actually underneath, and yeah, it's just a very mysterious looking figure. Yeah, kind of a
The mysterious looking figure stretches at the foot of your bed and says, You missed out on morning meditation. That's going to completely mess with your chakras and your ki for the rest of the day. But anyway, there will be... Something foretells that there will be interesting news at the Dreamstrider's court for you today.
Oh, Okay, yeah. I guess I better get going then.
Probably best. I'll be around. And with that, everybody gets started with their days, and we find ourselves around midday. Everyone is called to the aforementioned location, known as the Dreamstrider's Palace. Some of you will already be there. I believe we will have Aurora there. We will have, I would imagine, May Wintersprite there. Would anyone else be there, or would you be waiting to be called upon?
I obviously do whatever Glaroon's doing.
Glayroon is taking you there.
I think for Clover, he'd be on his way because he knows that that's where work is, and he doesn't know where everyone else in the farmers district seems to have gone. So he's on his way to report missing persons at the Dreamstrider court.
Fantastic. Well,
And then Finton, on the other hand, he has been saddled up with an apprentice. He has no idea how to deal with it. So he goes to the Dreamstrider to see if he can get some answers for it. Probably not, but imagine a satyr being like walking down the road, pretty angry.
and then we have Sebastian Voss, who is...
I think Sebastian is most likely a little distracted on the way to the meeting room. Probably a minute or so late, because as he's walked past, he's seen someone he's noticed who's like spoken to him, and he greets everyone as he's walking through, thinking he's probably a lot more popular than he actually is. But yeah, he's greeting everyone along the way.
Fantastic. Well, we'll say then that for the first time in a while, some of you have seen each other throughout the past couple of weeks or so. Others may have been a longer time, but you are all members. You are all courtiers of the Dreamstrider's court. And as you all arrive at the palace of the Dreamstrider, home to Lady Venalia, the Dreamstrider herself, her family, and her court. The tower houses the private quarters of the lady, her family, as well as their guests, and private rooms for work and leisure abound in secret passageways, with the building getting oddly more maze-like the higher off the ground you go. The court, however, lies in the bowels of the building, at its very beating heart. Below the centre of the tower lies the court of the Dreamstrider, a fantastical room that sits on the precipice of the Feywild itself. At the very heart of the room sits her throne, half of which is in the prime material, with the other half in the lands of the Fey. Golden slabs adorn the floor, rising up into pillars which hold the cavern's ceilings high up above them. Trees and greeneries grow from the Feywild, and the bustle of courtiers abound. Behind her throne, the lady takes private meetings in her planning room, lit by braziers of orange, green, and blue flames. She is indeed in there with Glaroon right this moment. The magnificence of the court leave all who see it in awe, and few, if any, ever want to leave, enraptured by the smells of spice on the wind and feeling of elation and wonderment given by the pure Feywild energies around them. Just in front of the throne, you find yourselves together for the first time in a while. Let's go around and actually describe what our characters look like at this moment. Let's start with Finton Stouthorn. How do the rest of the party see you?
Finton arrives in as he is not wearing much. He is a devout follower of Shun, the goddess of love and beauty. So he did spend some time toning his body. He has muscles. He is very muscular. He's also he's not the youngest anymore, but you can clearly see he was like a buff satyr in the old days. He has big horns, pointy ears, white fur, a brown butt actually, because he has brown fur from the bottom, and well, he is normally. He seems like a pretty charming guy, but for now, someone has set him up with this apprentice, and he just wants to know who in the council had the brightest idea to send that person to the temple to help him. Not even knowing if probably, like, I don't know if maybe nobody did that, but he demands answers. So yeah, not angry, but a bit of a peckish satyr coming to watch you. Yeah, I don't know. Something like that.
Okay, well, that everyone is Finton. Next up, I will have Candelaria describe what you look like to the rest of the party.
So what you see is a light grey Herengum who with violet-like eyes, which look incredibly nervous, even though she's already been here a couple of times. But she's like, sort of, her eyes are darting around the room, like, yeah, I'm just waiting for my master to finish his business. And I wear like pretty shiny armor. It's got some runes engraved into it, and it looks brand new, like obviously never been used. But but like I take a great pride in polishing it every morning and make sure that I at least look the part, even though I'm inexperienced as hell.
Fantastic. Next up, let's go with Aurora. Can you describe to the party how you look today?
Aurora is a small fairy, dark skin, blue eyes, long red hair. She has sort of iridescent wings, and she's wearing a blouse that is maybe just unbuttoned, one button too many, but she doesn't care. And yeah, although she looks very well presented, you can kind of tell that in her head she's constantly doing something, her hands are constantly fiddling, but overall she's quite well presented. There's just a lot going on in the cogs all the time.
Fantastic. And next, let's cut over to Clover. How does the party see you today?
So Clover steps on in. He's quite a slender looking rabbit. He's got rabbit like features, Harangun. He is a slender waist with more defined, strong looking legs and arms. He's got very long floppy ears, which are brown in color like the rest of him. He's got brown fur with some white markings across his face and on patches on his arms. He has a green tunic with sort of a white, loose-fitting shirt underneath. It's clearly being constricted against him with this tight green tunic double kind of thing over the top with a hood. He's often seen with his hood on, but ears flopping out the top in two very fashionable holes, which he may have implemented himself. He's got long silver whiskers, a little nose, strikingly green eyes, and he is, he's wearing some very fancy shoes. They're also leather, very shiny. They've got buckles on them that are very, very shiny. And he carries this sort of like a dark blue leather satchel around his waist at all times, which is almost, it looks like he's trying to protect it at all times. He seems to have his arm over it, which looks a bit weird as he's walking around, but don't be fooled. He's got some strong arms under there. So yeah, that's Clover, and he always looks really happy, even when he's not. So, but that's the Harangun smile, I guess.
Well, thank you very much for that. And finally, no, we've got two more to go. Let's go to May Wintersprite. Could you please share with everyone how you appear today?
Yeah, you see also a fairy, a small fairy, and She has her silvery hair in a loose bun, some strands of hair hanging out, but you don't see too much of that because she likes to hide herself with a hood on. And now that yeah, and she likes to stay in the back of the room, kind of unseen, until she has something to do or something to say.
Sorry, did I distract you with the music change?
Yes.
My apologies. Um, well, thank you very much for that, and apologies for the distraction there. The final person will have described themselves today. How does Sebastian Voss appear today?
Well, as I described a moment ago, this immaculate array of greens, golds, and whites flurries through the doors at a quickened pace. And as he begins to walk up to the line that you're all stood in, a little bit later than the rest of you, my apologies. And as he steps forward, he bows ever so slightly, and you see two dagger holsters by his sides, and you see the hilts of these very fashionable looking white and gold hilted blades. And anyone that's paying extreme close attention to him at this moment would notice a flash of grey go across his face, but only last but a second. As he looks back up towards the Dreamstrider, smiles, and then stands with the rest.
And as you mention on that moment, the back room that Glayrune and the Dreamstrider were previously in opens up, and the curtains, embroidered, beautiful colours, part. Out comes the greying gnomish man in his gold and green robes, as well as a beautiful Eladrin woman. Eladrin are a type of elf that represents the different seasons. You can tell that Lady Venalia, the Dreamstrider herself, is of the spring Eladrin. She has deep mahogany skin, black flowing hair, blue eyes that match the jewels adorning her. Her beauty is unmatched, but far more important than the outside is the wisdom that lies underneath. A calm, kind, and well-loved ruler, she is patient and understanding, and though she does not look it, she is over 400 years old in this incarnation of herself. Gifted with the magics of divination and illusion, the lady walks the many paths she could lead her people on in her dreams, and has yet to set a foot wrong for them. And now she addresses all of you. An Autumn Eladrin comes along. You will know him as Speaker Carnelian, or the Dreamstrider's Word, basically the lead diplomat of the court. And he calls out, hear ye, 'tis time for the lady to speak to her subjects. Members of the court, gather round. You guys on this notice gather round. You see a few familiar faces. Clover, you see your brother Ember is in the ranks. May, you notice Jules, one of the servants of the Winter Sprite household. He's an Aarakocran wearing bright purple affluent clothing. He is there as well, obviously representing your family in the court. Finton will notice there are a couple of representatives of the two major deities of the city, Savras and Sylvanas. There is Kerwin Jolly, he's a centaur representative of Sylvanas, and Wisp, who is a water genasi and a representative of Savras. There are also two people that don't come out very often. A few of you who are regulars to the court will recognize Ivre or Tathy, a summer Eladrin, clad in a cloak of phoenix feathers. Her bright orange skin and stern face stand out from the crowd. So some of you will know that she is the representative of the Sealy court. And then her opposite the representative of the Unseelie Court, Moraketh Larsis, a Winter Eladrin. Not many Winter Eladrins are known to smile very often, but you can see a sly smile across his pale blue face as he stands in a simple but elegant dark suit with slicked back black hair. Finally, the last person that will... sorry, there are a couple more people who will stand out. One, a few of you who are a bit more perceptive and maybe spend some time in the shawl will notice a man that goes by the name Thulu the Jackdaw, another Winter Eladrin, skin of light ash, in smart attire of bright colours. You'll know that he has a strong hand in the Undercity and what goes on in the more illegal realms. Then you also have Xerxes Night Hand, head of the city guard, a tiefling with red skin. He's bald but has 2 long horns, and he's adorned with a black suit of armor. And finally, you have Ivy Thistlefoot. She bears a striking resemblance to Clover. She is the head of the Ranger Corps, also a Harengan, wearing a black and orange ranger's cloak, also has white and brown fur. And she is there as well. That rounds out the prominent members of the court, as well as a few more other people dotted around. Hello, one and all. I'm very glad that you were able to make it today. As you all know, we Fae deal in stories and tales. We must retell the many tales that have led us to where we are today. Thankfully, the fantastic and wonderful lawkeeper of this city, Glayrune himself, has come to me today with a tale that has not been told in over a millennia. She looks down at Glayrune, who takes a moment and says, "Yes, actually, this story hasn't been told since before, well, long before Lady Venalia was born in this incarnation, and for me, it's from my childhood, before the mist surrounded this continent, before people weren't able to leave anymore. This story requires some special items, and so we will be sending out some parties to go and collect them. We need 3 parties. One party will be collecting the Key of Clarity from the Triplet Isles. Another party, mostly of lawkeepers like myself, must find some lost scriptures from the island of Darkreach in Pedethia. And finally, we need a party of young, brave adventurers to go south to collect the Tear of Crescentia from within the Feywild itself. First of all, the Lady Venalia looks to you all and says, I think first we will deal with those who will be going after the Tear of Crescentia. At that point, Moraketh Larsis looks up and says, Ah yes, they will be travelling to the city of Rhinanori, my home city, the seat of the Unseelie Court. Yes, that indeed will be the case, replies the Lady Venalia. Well, says Glayrune, I suggest my dear Candelaria be part of the group.
Me? But Master, my place is with you.
My dear, I am a millennia old, but I am a Fae. I don't necessarily need you to carry all the heavy stones and books and do all the things which my frail body can't do. I just like having you around. But this adventure will be good for you, my dear, I promise you.
Thank you, Master, but then who will carry your stones and books? I mean, if
I'm sure I can speak to Sartorius and get something arranged. One of the many students of the Mages Academy will lift a few heavy things. Besides, you'll only be gone a few weeks.
good, and then I can return to you?
Yes, of course, dear. Of course you'll return to me.
Good.
Good, well, that's settled. We have our first member. Next, at this point, Ivy Thistlefoot steps forward and says, I suggest Sebastian, May, and Ember, my son. Lady Venalia looks over at Ivy and says, Fortunately, I have Ember earmarked to go with the lawkeepers to the island of Darkreach. I actually was thinking Clover
pick
could
me!
do this one. Yes. Ivy attempts to interrupt and say, but not Huh? My word is final, Ivy. We shall go with Clover. However, I do fully support the inclusion of Sebastian and May. I have also heard rumour that Soon has a new follower in the city. Is that correct, Master Finton?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that, but yeah, yeah.
Well, in that case, let us give her some time and space to spread her wings. I know that you Soonites are very intimate with your teachings. It's probably best to allow her to explore that without too much of a watchful gaze. Don't worry, I'm sure that the many other members of the Temple District will keep a good eye on her. But this group does need guidance of the religious nature, and so I believe it would be a good fit to send you.
Oh well, how can I ever refuse a request from the Lady Dreamstrider herself?
Thank you very
Obviously,
much,
I will join.
my kind Finton. Aurora, are you with us?
Yeah, sorry, listening.
No worries, I know what it's like to be lost in a dream. However, it may be good for you to get some grounding and perhaps see your family. I know the path will take it through the path of this quest will take them through your village. It could be useful to have you around. Would you be interested in going?
Going back to Vernvale, I mean, I haven't been, but what about the clients and the counseling?
I think they'll be okay for a few weeks.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll go, that sounds like fun.
Thank you. This is of great importance to me. Now, the only thing you're lacking really is a bit more muscle. Oh, sister! Sister! As you see someone come through the gates. He's the spitting image of Lady Venalia, but with sharper, more masculine features. This is Lord Fenistil, the Light Dancer, the fun-loving twin brother of the Dreamstrider. The Light Dancer lives up to his title and enjoys living his life to the fullest. He is almost a spitting image of his sister, but with sharper features, though that sharpness belies a much lighter personality. Happy to leave the hard work to his sister and guide her whenever she needs it, Lord Fenistil is a fun-loving hedonist. However, he is loyal to a fault. As you will all know, there's a couple of friends that he's given prominent positions in the court. I have a friend who would be able to fill that role. I believe they are somewhat indisposed at the moment, but I'll have them ready by the time the party makes its way through the forest of Iotis. Well, there we have it then. A party fit for an adventure. Now, you will be collecting the Tear of Crescentia. It is an item we haven't seen in a millennia. This adventure will take you south of the city, through the sojourning summits, through the swamp of Ventrixia, to the court of the Unseelie itself, Rhinonoria. From there, I unfortunately am not fully certain of where the tier will be, but it will be in the vicinity. I need you to bring it back to me so that we can tell this story. Do you all understand?
I would just like to say before, are you sure you don't need me for the Key of Clarity or the Lost Scriptures?
I think that Rhinonoria is the correct place for you to go, Sebastian.
I guess they will need a guide.
Thank you very much. Now, unless there are any more, good. You will need some items before you head out. You'll need to collect some supplies from the Docklands, the Scroll of Unbinding from the Mages Academy, and it would be useful to get some blessings from Sylvanus and Savras from the Temple District. I believe perhaps you could split into groups and also collect whatever items you need before you head out. At that point, before you guys are all sent on your way, Thulu the Jackdaw pipes up. And I will be throwing a party for you all this evening at the Dancing Duck. You sense there's maybe another motive to this, but he quickly points out, I will be paying for all of the food and drinks. And quite a few cheers go up around the court. At this point, Lady Venalia turns to focus on the other items that need to be collected for the story. The ruckus in the area dies down a bit as she speaks to other groups. You can pull aside any members of the court that you would like. Otherwise, feel free to get together and decide who will be going where and doing what. Specifically, as mentioned, you need to head to the Docklands to collect some supplies from there. You need to go to the Mages Academy to collect the Scroll of Unbinding, and you need to get some blessings from Sylvanus and Savras in the Temple District. Is there anything else people want to do here before we leave the Dreamstrider's palace for now?
Tulu, may I ask?
Yes?
Is there a dress code for tonight?
Don't wear anything that you don't want taken from your person. It is the shawl, after all.
Noted.
You know the best outfit is nothing at all.
Oh, you know, Finton, we're not all as hairy as you. Maybe if you took a blade to it?
You want to see me actually naked? I
Well-
always liked you.
It would only be fair.
Let's talk about that with a drink tonight.
Okay, well at that, I don't believe anyone else in the party needs to speak to anyone. Cool.
I'd just like to quickly look at Ember and see if he even looks at me or has any sort of emotion towards me, or if he's just pure mission focused right now.
Ember doesn't look at you, but as you go to leave, you feel your mother's paw on your shoulder. Ivy Thistlefoot pulls you around a corner and pushes you up against a wall.
Can I ask, do I notice that?
Yeah,
You'll
I'd
notice that,
also. Would I
You guys-
also notice it?
What's your passive perception?
I will tell you in.
When
Mine's 14?
You won't notice it,
Okay.
but yes, May, you will pick up on this.
sure.
Don't you dare cause any disgrace for our family on this mission. Do you understand me?
Loud and clear. I'm all good. Keep my paws to myself on myself. Gotcha.
Keep your paws to yourself. Don't steal any items.
Don't
and-
steal any items.
Just be more like your brother for once.
Thanks, Mom. I'll do my best.
Just go.
I'll do you proud, Mom. I promise.
You best. And she turns around and heads back to how everyone's kind of being organized. So, with that, you guys are outside. There is afternoon sun. It's autumn. It's a little bit chilly out. The skies are clear, but it's got that kind of clear sky coldness to the air. Some of the ground is a little bit frosted. How are you guys going to split yourself up as a party for the tasks?
Well, I certainly think that if we're all going to work together, maybe we should see who's suited best for what, yes? Certainly, myself around the Docklands is quite barbaric, if you ask me, but if needs must.
You'll need backup. I'll be right behind you, Sebastian, as always.
Anyone else?
I'll go to the Mage Academy. I've been there a lot. So I'll go there. I'll get the scroll of the unbinding or something like that. Yes. I will do my master proud.
Mind. I don't have any beliefs, so I'm not sure if I go into a temple if they will force it upon me. So perhaps I will also go to the Mage's Academy.
That's rubbish. Nobody is forcing you anything.
I will still go.
So am I right in thinking that leaves Finton and May?
Yeah, I guess I will stay with the old man, and I believe, Sebastian, you will be plenty at the docks.
Good luck with that one. Cool. So just to clarify the groups, we have May Wintersprite and Finton Stouthorn heading over to the Temple District. We have Candelaria Periwinkle and Aurora
Night Whisper.
heading to the Mages Academy. Clover Thistlefoot and Sebastian Voss heading to the Docklands. And with that, for now, we will go on a quick break. You guys won't see anything because it's a YouTube video, but we will be back in 5-10 minutes. Wave, I guess? Are we still waving? Are we going to wave at this?
What's waving?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. What snacks did everyone get in this very short period of time that we suddenly disappeared and came back?
I got a
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper.
Peanut M&Ms, Dr. Pepper,
We're supposed to get snacks.
cheese puffs,
I got peanut puffs. Yeah.
peanut puffs. To be fair, I should have got a snack. I could have got chocolate and hazelnut waffles, but I didn't. Instead, I got water because I need to lose weight. So I'm on a diet. Right.
Water
On the subject of water, let's take us over to the Docklands.
Huh. Nice segue.
The afternoon sun is high in the sky above the city of Iortis. The party goes their separate ways, and they'll meet back up in the early evening in the merchants' quarter to do some final shopping before they head to the party at the Dancing Duck tonight. Which, Sebastian, don't worry, it's right next to the brothel. So your whole evening is already sorted. So, Here we are in the Docklands. Ooh, I should actually change music, shouldn't I? So, the pungent smell of fish hangs in the air. There are a few drunkards in and around the area. There is beautiful ships, because obviously they're elven ships, in the docks, as well as some smaller fishing boats. You can hear seagulls cawing in the skies above you, and it's just it's a cold day, but it's a very nice day. It's got that almost kind of Christmassy feel to it, you know, that thing that you'll know so well in this fantasy world. So, you guys make it to the Docklands, and then it suddenly dawns on you that you didn't actually ask what you were meant to be getting from the Docklands. You just went to get supplies. You guys look around for a minute, and then, Clover, there is someone that you recognize. In fact, it's someone that you owe a boon to.
Ah,
Here in the Docklands is Varen Zine, a Spring Eladrin fishing ship captain. His honey-coloured skin glistens in the sunlight, with a purple captain's hat, smoking on a pipe. His deep dark green eyes with sharp facial features and a soft smile. For a captain, he actually seems very young. And Enestra, his dark blue pseudo-dragon, is sat on his shoulder as always. Unsurprisingly, you can smell a strong waft of the sea coming from him as he goes, "Oh, look! It's Clover Thistlefoot. How are you doing with that silver ring that I found?"
oh, fancy seeing you here, Zarin. Very good to see you. Hope everything's been great. We're actually here on a bit of a mission, so I don't have that much time. But yeah, how are you doing?
A mission? Who are you on a mission for?
It's strictly business.
Sorry, do
Strictly
you
business.
two know one another? Clover, do we know this delinquent?
Yeah, I know him pretty well, actually. He's,
Varen reaches for his sword, still with a smile on his face, looks at you, and goes, "I'm sorry, did you refer to me as delinquent? I didn't quite catch that."
Oh, how quaint the way that he speaks to me. Who are you? We're on official business, you see.
Well, depends on what your official business is. I might be able to give you some suggestions, some guidance on a direction to go in, if you would be so kind as to wipe that smug look off your face.
Oh, I'm sorry, it sticks. I can't do that. But guidance, you said. We're in need of some supplies for a trip that we will be partaking in.
we especially need the shiniest rings you have.
The
Well,
shiniest rings I have.
I suppose they would help. Yes.
Well, actually, I quite like the look of, and he grabs on Sebastian's jacket and he points at the black antlers and says, "I wouldn't mind a pair of these. I've definitely got some more rings in the ship."
Unhand me, please. Unless, yes, thank you.
Well, what do you say, Clover? I'll trade that beautiful little piece of jewelry there for 3 silver rings.
The problem is, I was told not to take things or steal things or put these little paws on anything. So, it's on you, Sebastian. What do you think?
I beg your pardon. You wish to take my trinket, let's
Yeah, but
say.
it's 1 for 3. It's a good deal.
I think it's an excellent deal. I definitely didn't just find these at the bottom of the sea.
See?
Yes. I'm going to take a hard pass on that one. Are you aware of what this trinket is?
Not very shiny.
Looks to me like I'll make a quick roll for him actually.
Clover, how do you know this guy?
Yeah, he's aware. He goes. I rolled a 19 for everyone. Yes, that's it's the symbol of Bashaba, right?
Well, you do know a thing or two. Let's just say it's maybe a little above your pay grade, dear.
The goddess of misfortune, taking her on an adventure with you.
Well, misfortune
Interesting
will
choice.
befall upon those that waste my time, yes.
Well, I'd hate to waste any more of your time. I believe I know where you should get your supplies, sent by the Dreamstrider, correct?
I'd like to insight check as to how, like, does he know more than he's letting on at this point? Because he's just said a big name, so obviously knows maybe a little bit of what we're doing. So could I try an insight to see if he's holding back more information, perhaps?
You can indeed. Roll an insight check for me.
Ooh. Let's go with
Whilst
one
this is
of
going
them.
on, can I do a perception check of
Yikes.
what he's got on him if it's anything that looks shiny?
Yes.
I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6.
Mhm.
He's a tough man to read. He's a tough man to read. Clover Thistlefoot just rolled a natural 20.
Nat 20. Yeah.
Nat 20 on perception, giving a total of 27 here to see what he has on him. Well, he's wearing his purple captain's hat. He's got his pipe, which is just made of wood. He's got a brown jacket on, but you see one of the times that he leaned over to look at the trinket that is on Sebastian's lapel. It is on your lapel, isn't it?
It's on like my left pectoral, but on my
Like-
waistcoat. So you would definitely
Okay.
see it. It's definitely
Yeah.
visible.
As he leaned over to look at it, his own jacket leaned over a bit, and you saw some sort of silver pocket watch or locket fall out of the pocket.
Oh,
It's very, very shiny.
oh. So, all I can say is that, Varan, look, I love spending time with you, buddy, but we don't actually have time. It's one of the things we're here to get, you know?
The
We're after
supplies are on my
supplies.
ship.
Oh,
I was told to pass them on to one of the groups who came looking. There's meant to be 3 of you, 3 different sets of supplies, I believe. You guys know that there are 2 other trips going.
Actually, that would be incorrect. We would pick up all 3.
Roll me a deception check.
Why the devil not, huh? 19.
Oh, well, that saves me some hanging around the dock. I can head straight back out then. Fantastic. Yes, here you go. He brings over one kind of large chest of supplies. You'd say probably about 3/4 of a meter wide by probably about 30 centimeters tall and about 30 centimeters deep. He heads off. He brings back another one. They're kind of like a splintery, almost kind of like a driftwood case. The case isn't that stylish, but you can tell that they're heavy and that they're filled to the brim. Are you doing anything in between him going back and forth, kind of bringing them over to you?
I am 100% watching him work and making him know that I'm watching him work. Oh, is that one a little heavy?
Did you want all 3, or did you want to be sent packing?
Sorry, I didn't realize I had a stutter. If you would carry on, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
You're lucky you're here on behalf of the Dreamstrider.
Oh, am I?
You know, there's one thing I don't notice, and that's a way to keep track of the time. We spent a lot of time here. Zaran, Barrett, I wish there was a way we could make sure we were on time here, you know? So we could watch how much time we're spending here.
I'm sure that Tabaxi at the General Goods will have a watch or some timekeeping device.
No, but we don't
that
have
you can
time
use.
for that. Or we may not know what time we have for that.
I don't know what you're getting at. I don't have a spare timepiece.
You wouldn't
And
be
he-
lying to us on a mission with the Lady Venalia, would you?
No, I don't have a spare one.
Oh,
I have mine, which he takes out and shows you.
I see.
Well, we could always
And-
take that then. Thank you.
This is a family heirloom. I'm not just giving it away. At this point, Inestra hisses at both of you, his
Oh,
pseudo dragon on his shoulder,
what a
and
rat.
she bites.
Very well. Well, that is fine. Keep your crappy family heirloom. We'll find another elsewhere. I just wanted to say I didn't quite catch your name. Was it?
Oh, my name! And he spits at you, and then goes to get the last of the cargo for you.
Oh,
Comes back
okay.
over. Here, now get the fuck off my dock.
And what am I to understand that you're getting a ship and going along your merry way now that you're finished here, or
I will be, yes.
I'd like to inside check that
Yeah, go ahead, roll insight.
because I got a plan if he actually is. 9. God, it's getting slightly better.
He's very, very hard to read, this man.
Okay.
You think that he might even... You can't really tell if he dislikes you or not. But all these commoners, they all kind of have this general vibe of not being 100% sure whether they like you or not.
Very well. Clover, would you be a dear and assist me with carrying some of our supplies?
Can't do. Yeah, but before we go, really quickly, I have this, I'll trade you for your heirloom. I've got a very fancy heirloom of my own, you see. It's,
Clover, you already owe me a significant boon.
right. Yeah,
Clover, dear, look, I'm sure we'll find another timepiece along the way.
okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're
And
right.
then he takes it out and he swings it from left to right and goes, "Tick-tock, I believe you have somewhere to be." And
We do, yes. It was a pleasure, honestly. Your pleasure for meeting us, but it was still a pleasure.
he turns away.
Ta-ra.
He spits at your feet again and heads back to his ship.
Bye now.
Right, Clover, what was his name?
That's Varendine.
Verendine? And the work that he does here, I just need to know a quick brief. What does he do?
That's a really good question.
Would I know? Can I do?
Yeah, you know that he's a fishing ship captain.
He's a captain of a fishing ship. Didn't you see his hat?
Fantastic. I'm going to report to the guards that he's lost the other 2 supply packages. I will be back in just a moment. How does this look? And I click my fingers and immediately take the appearance of that gentleman.
I'm guessing you waited like 5
Yes,
minutes for him
once
to...
he's like, yeah,
Cool.
moved away from his location, I just turn into him, and then you see me take my waistcoat off and my jacket off, and then I pull out this tiny little bag, and just shove it in, and it just seems like an endless bag, and then I pull out this black cloak, throw it over my shoulders, tie it around my neck, and go, do I look the part? I mean, do I look the part?
Yeah,
Very well. Well,
a nice
I'll be on my
cloak.
way. I'll be on my way to tell them that the shipment has been lost.
and
All that
apparently he
knowledge.
stole a watch as well.
Yes, a family heirloom of some child on the docks.
Yeah.
Very well. I'll go and inform them of such a thing. And
Okay.
yeah,
Wow. for anyone watching who is unaware,
Mhm.
Onion, would you like to tell them an interesting tidbit of your character?
So Sebastian is not an elf. Sebastian is actually a changeling and is able to change his voice and appearance on the fly. His preferred form is the elven form that he takes, but at this moment has taken a like-for-like exact appearance. The only thing he can't change is his clothing, but that's why he's quickly shifted off some clothes and put on a cloak, a dark cloak over the top, as he looks like for like exactly like this gentleman and sounds exactly like him as well.
Fantastic. Okay, you head over to some guards. Do you head over to the nearest set of guards, or do you head to a different area, or what's kind of the plan?
I would with the supplies, I would take them with Clover so that they're out of the way, so they're not invisibility.
Okay.
Just take them off to one side, just so that they are not like directly out in the open. And then I would go to the nearest set of guards to give them some information to report back to the Dreamstrider with.
Okay. So you've gone to the nearest set of guards you can find.
Yeah.
In that case, before we start everything, so we can kind of set what this scene kind of looks like,
Mhm.
do you want to roll me a performance check with advantage? Actually, no. Your choice of performance or deception with advantage.
Okay, I will go deception just because I'm slightly better at it.
Okay.
But yes, with advantage. Thank you very much. What did I roll? Oh my god, I rolled a 5 on both, which is an 11 total.
So you've just passed. The difficulty would have been 5 had you gone anywhere else in the city, but you
Mhm.
stayed near to guards that will know him quite well. But
Mhm.
you've fully kind of taken on his visage, his voice. So it's still a relatively easy check. So I gave it a 10. You have
Mhm.
passed. Let's do a little bit of role play of the scene. You've got
Yeah.
a guard there. You come up to this guard. He is he's a goblin, actually. He's a green-skinned goblin. And he's got a hat that's maybe a helmet that's maybe a little bit too big for him, and he's kind of leaned up against one of the dock walls, kind of watching everything go past. Nothing really that bad tends to happen till the evening around this part of town, so he's having a pretty lazy shift at the moment.
God. I've had a terrible accident.
Yes, yes. Hello.
Hi. So, you know who I am, right?
You're one of the fishmen.
Exactly, one of the
Yeah.
captains of the fishing vessel.
Right,
Van.
fishman.
So, I was just unloading all of the supplies for the Dreamstrider, and
The Dreamstrider. Wow, that's impressive.
yeah, it was for the folk that were heading out on a mission.
There's folk heading out on a mission. Oh wow, I'd love to be a folk who heads out on a mission.
As would we all, but unfortunately, I'm just a dirty commoner. But basically, I was unloading.
Mate, no, being a commoner is great. We get to
Yeah.
eat, drink, and be merry.
Piss ourselves. So, what I would like to do is just inform you, if you would. I really didn't want to have to tell her. I tried to salvage the goods. Basically, as I was unloading the ship,
What were the goods?
they were traveling supplies for
Traveling supplies.
yeah, for
Oh, I'd love to travel, me. Traveling would be well fun.
as would I. Listen to me. I may have sent some supplies overboard into the ocean.
Sorry, what were you saying? I was thinking about traveling.
I have sent some supplies overboard into the ocean.
Ah, supplies overboard into ocean.
I've
I
tried to
know.
salvage them, but they are completely ruined.
Into the ocean on this internal lake.
Well, onto the dock. You know,
Onto.
a ship
Okay.
on a dock. Yeah, so you understand.
This dock
Um,
that sits on this internal lake called the Pool of Sanctity. It's very,
That-
very big.
That
It's not on the
particular one
ocean.
there, which does eventually connect to an ocean.
The one that
So
doesn't
I
connect to an
assume-
ocean in any way, shape, or form. That one.
I grab the guard by the scruff and pull him in close, and I say,
Oh,
"Listen here, you little
he
twerp."
puckers up.
Yeah.
He puckers
Listen
up.
here. Listen here, you little twerp.
Oh, is that all what we're doing?
I have just destroyed all of the Dreamstrider stuff, and I need you to go to her right now and tell her of the catastrophe that I've just had. Me, myself, am fully to blame.
Ah, yes, sir. I will pass that on to my superiors now. Yeah. What was your name?
My name is Zorn.
Zorn.
Van.
Van.
Van? Was it Van or Zorn? Okay. Vaughn. I'll
Your
go for one
name
in
is
between.
Vaughn.
Take a look at my face.
Very pretty fat. He goes to kiss you.
I just
Thinking
hold him
that's
up,
what-
eh? I pull him in close and I just say,
Uh,
"You will fucking listen to me."
I'm getting mixed signals from you right now.
I release him.
So you want me to take this to my bosses?
Yes, and I've committed many a crime.
Okay. Committed
Goodbye.
many a
And
crime.
he just walks off. I just walk off.
Cool. He looks around
Hold
and
up.
he just goes, "Oh, it's break time," and he puts it in his pocket. And he just goes back. You're reasonably confident that it will get to them eventually, but you don't know whether it's going to happen in a timely manner.
I walk over to Clover, who I assume is off to the side, and I just
Before he gets back, though.
Yeah.
Rez, I definitely would have had a rummage in these to see if there's anything good that I want to get my hands on before anyone else. And by good, I mean like a very shiny spoon or a paperclip that is exceedingly shiny for whatever reason.
There's a couple of things in there, actually. I believe it would be 2 diamonds worth 300 gold pieces each.
Yeah.
Which, for anyone who knows their magic, will know that diamond of 300 gold pieces each would be for a very specific spell. I believe.
Are they
price.
shiny?
Oh, they're very shiny.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, that's the price for a Revivify, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I think Clover, without even a hesitation, would just sort of go, "What? Things belong in here," and just put him in his satchel pouch.
You check each of the adventure sets.
Mm-hmm.
You find 6 of these.
Huh. I think no, 100% Clover would try and pocket them all. He'd go, "I'd just take the one." No, he would try. I think he'd probably take 1 or 2, and I imagine he wouldn't make it the whole way through before he sees Sebastian coming back.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Can do.
I'll be straight with you now. The difficulty for this is 15. 15 is not to be
24.
noticed. I haven't looked at it. Fuck's sake. For every 2 above the difficulty that you get, up to a maximum of 12 above the difficulty, is the number of diamonds you take. So a 24 would be 17, 19, 21, 23. You take 4 of the diamonds without anyone noticing.
Perfect.
Basically, you make it through 2 of the boxes that you kind of close back up. You don't get into the final one in time before you see Sebastian coming back. And also you notice from behind Sebastian, there is a guard that's kind of small goblin-looking guard that's heading up towards the north, up towards kind of like the merchant district and the temple district. So you guys have got your 3 sets of supplies.
Yeah. As I come back, I quickly shift back, take the cloak off, shove it into this tiny little bag, then pull my jacket back out, throw it back on. Well, I officially hate this place. Look,
What are you doing with the supplies is something I have to ask.
yes, Clover, I was going to say, why don't we pilfer what we need, and then we can deliver a few bits off to the Dreamstrider and say that we managed to salvage these supplies. Who knows? Might be in our favor.
Sure. Do you want those 2 boxes over there, and I'll take this one?
Very well, sure.
Oh. All right. Let's have a look.
I will make a, like, what sort of boxes are they in? Like, are they sealed and he's opened them, or like how would I, like, whatever I'm gonna roll, I want to roll at disadvantage because of how furious I am with the guard that I just spoke to. So if it's like an investigation or just a perception to see if anyone's like, does it look like they've been touched?
Considering the ease at which I said, it was kind of sleight of hand to open it, it wasn't like breaking a lock or anything like that.
Okay.
I think these are just kind of like
Lids.
Actually, you know what? Can I get a straight dexterity check, please, from Clover, and can I get a perception check from Sebastian?
Yeah.
The dexterity. I feel like Sebastian's not going to beat that. The dexterity
Straight.
check was basically how well you because you were kind of rushing to close it back up again. So if you think about, great roll, but not good enough to say what was
Didn't
rolled.
you say he does a straight dexterity though?
Oh yeah, that was dexterity saving throws. Just do a straight dexterity check, actually.
So where do I click? Oh, is it just the?
Just
you click
Dex on the left.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I rolled a 5 for context to everybody, which was a nat 1.
And Onion rolled a 20.
Yeah.
So, what Sebastian sees.
Oh, I
Um.
said at disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Still a 20.
Same again.
What Sebastian sees is it actually looks as though these boxes did go overboard and go in the sea, because the front latch, it's one of those ones where you could you latch it over and you could put a lock through it. But it's not actually locked through. So it's basically like a bit of metal sticking out and then another metal with a hole in it that flaps over it. That's busted. That's completely kind of leaning off the hinges. Part of the kind of top of the box is quite a bit busted. And honestly, in your kind of mental state, I think it would be fair to say it's that bloody Verenzine's fault.
I
Or,
look at
as
the
you
boxes.
called him, Vaughn.
Vaughn, yeah. I look at the boxes and I just go, look, let's get them to the Dreamstriders. We can just drop these boxes off. And, well, they look like a bit of a shambles anyway. We can just make sure that he's never hired again for such a task. Nobody spits at me and gets away with it.
Well, it's up to you, but we should see if there's anything good in there.
Yes, I guess so. I flip the lids open.
Make me a perception check. An investigation roll, actually.
Would I do the same, or
You
guess
know
that's true.
roughly where these are stashed, because they've been roughly laid out in the same way. Would you like to make me a sleight of hand check? Before you do this, I will say you are aware that this will be very difficult for you to do. It is up to you whether you do it, but failure will be, obviously.
yeah, 100% Clover is gonna do this.
Cool.
15.
15. What's your passive perception? 14. Can you roll me a... In fact, oh no, it's your passive perception, isn't it?
I wouldn't see it, yeah. I'm interested in what's going on in front of me right now.
Yeah, okay. No, we'll say you scrape past that one. With your investigation, you don't see any diamonds, that's for sure. It's mostly just kind of adventuring gear generally. Kind of in context, it's basically the stuff that you would generally have in like dungeoneering packs, adventuring packs, that kind of thing. No healing potions or anything, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Food,
I take a look at
lot
it.
of food.
I see some of the rations. Do I get a vibe of which one would be for which group, or is it like any of them could have been for any group?
They look like they've all been set the same.
Okay.
Specifics would be handled probably being given out to different people.
Okay. I will just pull a dagger out real quick and just put an X on top of one of the boxes. And then I would grab a few of the rations out of it and put it in the other one. Which group was your brother going to, Clover?
I believe there was something about a dark reach or
Fantastic.
something.
We'll
I
make
could
sure
be
that
wrong,
he gets
but
these ones.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll make sure he gets the ones with Morin. You know, we must look after family.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there we go.
There's
Yeah.
a lot to look after. Yeah.
You now have 6 diamonds.
I
Nice
do.
work. Let's move ourselves over, as you guys will, I'm assuming now, sort the stuff out at the Dreamstrider Palace, and by evening you'll be in the Merchant's Quarter doing any final shopping that you need to do. Let's head over to the Mages Academy. It's much earlier in the day than it was with them. It's mid-afternoon kind of time. It's a short walk out of the Dreamstrider's Palace to the Mages Academy. You get there and you know that you have to collect the Scroll of Unbinding. Glaveroon is currently indisposed at the Dreamstrider's Palace. When you get to the Mages Academy, you see a bunch of students kind of dotted around in their cloaks. This specific Mages Academy is quite famous for its divination and illusion magics. And you actually see coming to greet you, having been told that someone is coming to collect some things, Sartorius Galderwield, the Academy's headmaster. He is a bearded grey Harengan fellow, wearing a blue cloak with some kind of like thorns just around the mantle. Well, hello there. Miss Periwinkle, and I see you've brought a friend. Are you here to collect the Scroll of Unbinding?
Yes, sir. We're going on an adventure.
An adventure, you say? It's been many a year since I have been on an adventure. Been a very long time indeed. You know, in my youth, I used to be quite the adventurer. I travelled all across Crescentia. I travelled all the way to Beacon. I was for a little while in New Fentra. I've even been to Canaria. I met a beautiful, beautiful man in Canaria. We had so much fun together. So much fun.
Aurora is gonna fly up to his face because I assume he's taller than me.
Yeah, he's a pretty tall guy. Oh, hello, hi.
Mr. Sartorius, was it? And she puts a hand on his shoulders.
Sartorius Galderwield, headmaster of the Academy of Iotis. At your service.
Darling, why don't you...
Master of divination, master of illusion.
Why don't you walk and talk?
300 years old, magically rejuvenated by magical blood.
Yeah?
No, that's everything.
Great, well, I was
Sorry.
gonna suggest we walk and talk, but perhaps we can just walk now.
Would you like to go into the Mages? Why are you here again?
To collect the Scroll of the Unbinding, sir.
The Scroll of Unbinding. Yes. That is the thing that I 100% know exactly where it is. And it's definitely not somewhere deep in the bowels of the academy. Come with me! So here is the gorgeous academy here in Iota. People say that it's a little small, but that's because they don't know of all the space we have underneath the earth. And underneath the earth is where we keep lots of magic relics. Do you know what magic is?
Yes, sir. I can cast a few spells myself.
Of course you would. You live here, Candelaria. That was a very silly question of me. Aurora, I don't even know your name. I do know your name because I'm a divination wizard. Ha ha! Yes! I am so intelligent.
Actually, yes, I would know some magic.
You know magic, and I already knew that because I read your mind in the future. So,
Really?
These
What am I
are-
thinking about now?
my beard.
No.
I'm thinking about my beard.
Well, of course you are. It's covering your face and probably. Well, I'll leave it at that.
It's the most magnificent beard, sir.
The Candelaria, this is why we keep you around. And he puts his arm around Candelaria as you continue to walk through. The Mages Academy is built of pure jade. It looks like it was very expensive to construct. It's a beautiful, beautiful green building with magical creatures flying around it. You see a couple of students kind of chasing after illusions that they've created. There are all the different schools of magic are taught here, but as I mentioned previously, divination magic and illusion magic are the two that are kind of special to the place. And he says, come with me. We have to go and speak to the gnomes. You see, the gnomes, they look after all the magic items. They catalog them because the gnomes have got very, very good memories. Do you know why gnomes have good memories?
Because they don't live that long?
No, gnomes have good memories because magic. Right.
So that means I have a good memory as well.
1 second, young ladies, please stay here. You see him go into his office. It's a glass wall, like you can see through it. It's a very kind of clear, open space office, and he kind of looks left to right as though he's trying to hide something. Pulls back on a book, and his bookshelf spins around. You guys can see this clear as day. It spins around, clearly meant to be a secret. You could realistically tell exactly what book it was that he pulled back on. And there in front of him is actually just a full bar. And he takes a bottle off of it, opens it, takes a swig out the bottle, closes the bottle, puts it back, looks left to right, doesn't notice anyone can see him, pulls on a candlestick this time, and the bookshelf turns around. So as I was saying, it takes a lot of magical potions to really be able to keep up with these gosh darn children and all of their problems.
And you keep them in a secret room, sir.
I don't keep children in a secret room. Whatever.
I mean the
No.
magic potions.
Oh, the magic potions. Yes, I keep them in a secret room in my office somewhere. You guys need a scroll of unbinding. And so the very clearly drunk headmaster, who seems to be a little bit off his rocker, takes you all down to a room underneath the Mages Academy. There are a few locked doors that are magically locked. He casts some spells, they open, he says a few magic words, and then you're greeted by a gnome that is sitting at a desk. Yes. Now, I have things to do, like teaching, so Mr. Albright here will be able to assist you further. And at that, the headmaster takes his leave trips on the stairs on the way back up, and then heads up. You're in this no longer jade room. It's stone and kind of a stone and slatey coloured stone. It's not actually slate, it's that kind of dark bluey colour. It's cold. There's a certain damp smell emanating from down here. It doesn't seem the most pleasant place to be. Can you both roll me an Arcana check?
Mm-hmm.
9.
A9.
22.
And
Okay.
22.
Candelaria, this place is underground. Aurora, you will sense that there is a huge amount of protective magics down here that seem to be keeping rooms locked and whatever is in those rooms hidden from even the most powerful of diviner.
Okay.
As mentioned, there is this gnome sitting at their desk, writing away at some paper. What do you do?
Candelaria, you hear in your head, there's a lot of magic down here. Protecting doors and whatever could be behind them. I can sense it. So, you probably already know this because you study here, but I just wanted to let you know, these guys are probably protecting some serious things and are not waiting on our business.
So what do you suggest we do? I mean, are we getting one of the? I mean, a scroll of unbinding. Would I know what that is at all?
No, you've not heard of this before. It seems to be something tied kind of specifically to the tier of Crescentia.
I mean, we must be getting like a really, really scary artifact as well. And what if we have to protect it?
At that point, you hear, hello?
Can I see onto, like, or do I have to fly up to see over the table?
No, you don't.
'Cause he's
the
a-
table's below you.
Yeah, because he's a gnome.
He's a gnome. Like the
Yeah,
table's like.
awesome.
To be fair, for Candelaria, the table's probably around knee height. Hello. How can I help you?
Hello. We were sent here to fetch a scroll of the unbinding.
Scroll of unbinding. Okay. Can you please sign here, 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 and here, 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 and I'll sign this part. My name is Mr. Jacob Albright.
And I just look over to Aurora and I'm like, I'm not sure if I have the authority to do so.
Oh,
This is simply just the terms and conditions of being able to take out an item.
as I was just gonna say, can
you
I
have
just
an artifact card?
Can I skim over the words as I like slowly start signing some of the empty? I don't want to read. I just want to see if there's like anything that jumps out at me where I'm like, ooh.
We are not responsible for any misuse of magical items that involve harm to yourselves or others or any institutions. We are not financially liable for any misdeeds caused by these magical items. We can sell your data onto any local merchants that we wish. Basically, it's kind of these terms and conditions that are
Okay.
any use of the item. We own all of this, and we take no responsibility.
Will you be wanting this back, or is this for us to keep?
There will be 2 copies there, one for you to keep, one for me to have. Do you have your student IDs?
No, darling. We're here on the Dreamstrider's Accord.
Oh, so you're not students.
Well, I'm not.
Can
Okay,
I rummage my pocket to see if I have anything that resembles? I mean, I live here, so...
No, he turns around, takes out a very large tome, and says, Okay, I'll need you to sign here, 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 here. And then he kind of turns over. He goes through about 15 pages of places where you need to sign. If you skim through this one, this is a further insurance manual.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna start signing at this point.
Grand. Oh, you probably shouldn't have signed there. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. To make a note.
See?
Do you have a student ID?
I mean, I'm just a bodyguard. I don't think I do, actually. I mean,
You're a
Oh,
bodyguard?
all the magic I was taught from Glaroo.
Okay, and you were looking for item 3247B?
The scroll of
Oh,
unbinding.
yeah, item 3247B. Come with me. You walk through several of these kind of magically blocked rooms. At one point, you hear one of the walls next to you, like, kind of, you know, that whole, like, something hits it, dust comes off it style thing. That happens with one of the walls. Something powerful is kept back there. Don't worry, that's just a Tarask. And it's a Tarask. Don't worry about it. They're not super powerful.
Monsters. They're
And-
monsters in here.
So you
What a
carry
bodyguard!
on,
Yeah.
and eventually you reach a room full of scrolls. He heads into that room, goes through, and says, "Okay, here is the scroll of unbinding. Do not use it to unbind anything except the tier of Presentia. If you do, we cannot be held liable for any negative effects that can be used by using the scroll. If negative effects come from using it on the tier of Presentia, we cannot be held responsible for said negative effects. Thank you."
Thank you.
Passes you the scroll of unbinding. By taking the scroll of unbinding, you have agreed to pay a fee of 450 gold pieces for each day that it is outside of the... Oh, wait, no. That's already been covered by the Dreamstrider. Okay, that doesn't have to come off your student loans. Fantastic. You may now be on your way. Thank you for doing business with the Mages Academy items and requisitions today. My name has been Jacob Albright.
Thank you, Jacob.
Could you please fill out this form?
Is it
It's
a
a customer
survey?
service form. It's a customer service form. Yeah.
Candelaria?
Thank you. If you both fill it out, you will both be entered into a raffle prize draw where the winner will indeed win student discount across the city.
Oh, I
Times
love
2.
discounts.
All you need is your student card.
Oh.
Will you be
Anyway,
filling out the form today?
I'll just start filling it out anyway.
You guys fill out the form. You hand it back to Jacob. Jacob, without moving any muscle on his face, does seem happier. Thank you very much. You guys head back out. You have your scroll. Do you head to the merchant's quarter now?
I think so.
yeah. That's...
As you head out, you see Glayroon coming back through. Hello, Candelaria, darling. I see you got the scroll. I hope there wasn't too much trouble.
Hello, Master. They made us fill out all these forms. Is that all right?
Well, I can see that you both still have your souls, so it can't be that bad.
Your soul?
Take souls?
Oh, and then he looks at you, Aurora, and he goes, "Oh, you signed something. Huh.
Oh, I'm a student? I mean, I know I have the skin of a little baby's bottom, but I'm no student. I am 34 years old.
Yeah, you signed something.
And
You might want to
something-
get that checked out.
I don't have time. Could you get it checked
Do you
out?
know any devils?
I mean, I've certainly met some in the bedroom, but I don't think that you mean those.
No, I mean actual devils. Devils are very good with this kind of law. You've definitely signed something that's, yeah. Okay.
Is
That's
she
a problem for
possessed,
later, you.
Master?
Hmm?
She's not possessed, is she, Master?
No, not yet. So, we have, you have the Scroll of Unbinding, though, I see.
Yes.
Did you meet Sartorius? I did tell Sartorius to meet you.
Yes. He had a marvelous secret room full of potions.
And the drinking
Oh, you
problem.
mean his drinking cabinet?
Yes.
Yes, it's a wonder that they still allow him to run the school.
Oh,
It's yeah.
He's just really, really good at magic.
Is
Like,
he?
probably one of the greatest wizards of all time.
You wouldn't think that with how slow he is about, well, nearly everything that he does.
I know, it's really, really crazy.
I mean, he does sound like he's got some very good stories, though.
Oh yeah, no, like we have sat and drank the very strong liquor that he has over many, many stories. But alas, the day is getting on. I believe that you have a party to get to this evening?
Oh, yes, we do. Are you coming?
No, I don't go to the shore. I have far too much self-respect for that. But now I will retire to my room. Have a wonderful evening, young ladies. Don't get too drunk. You have a large adventure to go on tomorrow.
Yes, Master, I promise. And I
And-
take a deep, deep bow.
And he kind of like takes your shoulder and like kind of pulls you back up and just goes, Candelaria, whatever you do, make sure that you come by and see me before you go tomorrow.
Oh, I sure will, Master. Thank you.
Fantastic. Now run along now, have fun. I've got stories to read.
We're going to have fun.
Come on, Candelaria. Let's. What is this place? No wonder I've never been here.
So, off to the Temple District. So, it's a bit of a walk to the Temple District compared to the rest of the locations. So, because the way it kind of maps out, there's a quick way to the Docklands, there's a quick way to the Mages Academy, there isn't a quick way to the Temple District. So, we have May Wintersprite, and we have Finton Stouthorn. You have to go and see the high priests of both temples, both of the main temples, the Temple to Savras and the Temple to Silbanus. Which one would you like to go to first?
Well, if anyone is known around this area, it's me. I have no clue. So, May, which one do you want to do first?
Well,
Savras is the goddess of fate and divination, while Sylvanus is the god of wild nature.
Hey, let me ask you, what do you know about these gods?
well, I only know about the moon goddess Saloon, so.
Right. Well, as you know, but like everybody should know, Savras is like the goddess, and Sylvanus is like the god. You know, huh? So let's go to the obvious choice first.
Sylvanus is okay.
Let's go to the goddess, because you don't keep ladies wait.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. You head to the temple to Savras. Savras's temple is built out of blocks of amethyst, as money is never too much of a worry for a goddess whose purview is that of fate and divination itself. Incense of earth and herbs drifts from the entranceway to the temple, which sits below a golden statue of a crystal ball with many eyes. Her followers, cloaked in mulberry robes, quietly tend to the layfolk who seek guidance in the decisions troubling them. ushering them inside to more private and arguably more theatrical affairs. You see, standing at the entrance, it makes you take a double take, actually, May, because the person standing there has a raven's face, a beaked face, is wearing a kind of a hooded, cloaked affair, has deep violet feathers, and seems to just be overseeing everything that's going on. They notice you, and they notice you, Finton, having seen you around. Not really had too many direct dealings with you before. Do you approach?
Well, hello there.
Well, hello there.
We're supposed to pick something up for journey.
Supposed to journey? Picking something up?
Come. What are we going to do here? It's not just picking an item up or something. It's like we go for a very, very special thing.
Here is not just picking an item.
Well, they mentioned a blessing. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Here we work blessings. Does anyone want to make me, would either of you want to make me a wisdom check, a straight wisdom check?
Sure.
DC 10.
14.
Okay, you both know. This is a Kenku. They speak in mimics. If you would like them to answer you, give them the words, give them the options, and they can reply.
Well, we're coming from the Dreamstrider's palace, and we're supposed to go on a journey down south.
Dreamstrider's journey.
Yes. And
Blessings.
Fenton, this is not getting anywhere.
No, I'm having too much fun. Go along. Or if you want me to take over, just say the word.
The word blessings.
Please, Master Fenton, can you?
That's like the second time a lady calls me master. I'm not getting used to it.
It's actually the third time a lady's
Actually, it's the third time. We're here to get blessings from Savras.
Savras blessings.
Yes. Please give.
Yes. Please. And the high priest beckons you inside.
See, that wasn't too difficult. Did you know how to speak their language? Like body movement and, posture.
Sure. I know language.
Sure,
You know-
language. Come inside.
This one is hard.
This one.
No,
Come inside.
if you're in a temple.
Um,
I'll follow
Blessings of
inside.
Savras. Inside.
I'll follow.
Inside.
I'll follow inside.
as we go inside, I will summon a hummingbird using a companion's band that I have, and because I feel really awkward right now, and yes, I would like some company from a familiar figure. So this is a very
You hear a voice in your head go. It's almost like you pretend you've never seen a Kenku before.
well. I didn't think so.
Caw, little winter sprite. Caw.
Oh dear. Now I understand why the lessons were so hard. And
The voice.
follow.
You feel the voice has become absent within your head. You head inside, and the bouquet of lavender and rosemary and other earth and herbs overpowers your senses. The lights are dim. The braziers give off a purple hue. There is smoke along the floor. There is a certain artistry that comes with this practice of the purview of fate and divination that Savras owns. The magic and the mysticism and the radiance of the location is somewhat broken when you hear blessings, blessings, come. As you're taken through to another dimly lit room with a bowl in the center. And the Kenku looks at you, May, and pecks at your hand, and then pecks at the bowl. Blessings, blessings, come.
I will touch the bowl.
Aye, bless. And she kind of, as your hand is, as your hand is touching the bowl, he thinks about it for a second on how he can handle this, and then he flicks your hand up into the air with its beak, and then bites your hand to cut you. And blood comes out into the bowl. And then he looks over at Finton and says, blessings, blessings, come. Hand on the bowl. Hand
Alright,
on the bowl.
it's not the first time I've been bitten.
Put your hand over the bowl. Kenku bites you again. All of a sudden, the Kenku's eyes turn purple. It starts speaking in tongues. And then through the speaking in tongues, a voice comes out through a purple mist of its coming from its beak that says, "You come seeking the blessings of Savras. You wish to see with 1,000 eyes. You wish to know what is where and what will be. You wish to bear that weight." What'd you say?
If you say so.
On the I keep forgetting to change the music. This is quite the... You say that you think so. And at that, the purple smoke leaves the Kenku's mouth and travels down your throat. You feel at first a sense of cold, and then a warmth, and then you cough a little. Blessings, blessings! Go!
All right, Flinton. You take the next one.
Next one.
If you're already talking with a double tongue like that after this, I can imagine what's gonna happen tonight at this party.
The high priest seems to look past you and says, next one.
I think she wants us to leave.
It's a he.
He, sorry. Can I see, like, I can understand from her body language that see, like, this was our turn and she wants someone else, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally saying next one.
Yeah.
And looking past you. So yeah, it's pretty clear
Yeah.
that he wants the next one.
So are you staying here or should I drag you out? Because I have to admit, even for my standards, it's a bit dishonest to, like, pull someone out of a temple by force.
I'm I'm following you. This was unpleasant.
What was
You
unpleasant
do
about it?
feel you do feel blessed. You definitely feel a not a weight lifted off your shoulders, but a presence that is helping you carry some of your burden.
Or not. Well, you lead the way, Flinton.
Like I said, double tongue. It's Finton, not Flinton. Finton.
Oh,
Do you guys
excuse
step-
me.
Do you guys step outside the temple?
Yes.
Cool. As you step outside, you hear, Mr. Cleric of Soon, sir. Hello. You turn around, you see a little goblin with a hat that's a little bit too big for him and a spear in his hand. He says, "Hello, sir. I need your blessings. I believe I have found the love of my life."
Do you now? Is she a nice person or he? We don't judge at June.
It was a lovely elven man. He tried to kiss me a few times earlier, but we didn't actually kiss. He gave me his name. It was Vaughn. He had me write him a love letter.
I was technically appearing as the other guy, so he was Tiefling.
You were. It's a winter
Oh, it was yeah.
It was.
Spring, Eladrin.
Spring Eladrin, that was it. Yeah.
I'll double
I
check.
believe it
Sorry.
was.
Yeah,
Believe
Spring
it,
Eladrin.
yeah,
You are correct. I believe that I have met the love of my life, and I would like blessings on what to do next.
Of course. How far is the Temple of June in relation to this temple?
Like round the corner.
Follow along. We'll get this over with. Come, May, pay attention. Come, let's do something fun, shall we?
He kind of tags along with you.
May will follow at a distance because she doesn't feel very at ease with Finton and what he's suggesting. But she will follow.
So
Niran doesn't
tell
appear
me.
to be there at the moment. But you enter into your rather. It's not a particularly built up place yet, but you enter it and you're there. What do you want to do?
First of all, can you describe some of the characteristics of this person you fell in love with?
Yes, they had a lovely voice and honey-colored skin, and they had a black cape around them. And they had such lovely green eyes, such lovely green eyes. I felt I was swimming in them for days.
Oh, that sure does feel. Sorry. Bless you, ma'am. That sure does feel like true love. Yes. Obviously. Come inside my temple. Sorry.
Okay.
Soon's temple.
You head inside Soon's temple. To kind of speed things along a little bit, you've still got to get your blessing from Sylvanus. How would you? What's the word I'm looking for? How would you, with your understanding of Soon and yourself as a cleric, how would you bless someone's love?
Well, in the temple, there's this big statue of Soon, where there's a little altar down there, and there is a mirror on that altar, and it resembles the beauty and the love, self-love, yada yada yada. And I'll gesture the person come in front of this mirror, and I'll perform like a ritual, some sorts, with a fancy mist and all that kind of stuff. But I am actually 1 second. Now I feel how wizards feel, all these spells and all these cantrips. and I am going to lay my hand on his hand. Now, what you just described me, that beautiful voice, those green eyes, that very, very magnificent black cape. Picture it in your eyes. Picture it in your mind, in your heart, in your stomach. You feel. And while I'm doing that, I am just casting guidance on the person. And I say, hereby I will bless you, given to me by the power of Soon, the goddess of love and beauty, that that person may fall for you in this life or the next. Go now and touch with that hand. Touch the person you kept in your mind, and love will fall over you.
You. And he runs off, his hand like above his head, making sure he doesn't touch anyone else as he kind of runs down the street, going to try and find
And
someone who's apparently called Vaughn.
And I'm like very, very theatrically shouting, "Go forward, my child! Go forward!"
At that point, you you see another little goblin with a small tuft of grey hair and bright swirling blue eyes, and a necklace of what looks like children's teeth around her neck. As she pops her head in and says, "Well, that was an interesting blessing. I heard you were looking for blessings, actually, for a trip that you're going on."
Yes, and who might you be?
"Oh, I'm Weaver Cracktooth. I'm the High Druid of the Temple of Sylvanas."
Ah, and what do you is bringing you to the temple of the most beloved of all, Soon?
"Well, I saw you go into the Savras Temple, and I'd already had forward notice that you needed a blessing of the two major gods, Sylvanas and Savras, the ones that represent this city.
Mm-hmm.
You want a blessing? You putting two and two together yet?"
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
There we go.
May, are you up for a second blessing, or should I carry this one out?
Yes, let's just go and get this over with.
Fantastic.
I'll take this one second, and I'll turn around. I'll do a prayer. Dear Lady Soon, no worries. I will always think of you. You will be the one forever I will be faithful to. And I'll come along.
You Soon followers really are quite strange. Anyway, she leads you to the Temple of Sylvanas, who's the god of wild nature. And the temple is a far more open plan marvel. Ivory walls rise up no more than 2 or 3 men high, but there is no roof. Instead, you can see the trees and shrubbery peering out from over the top. The quiet serenity given off by the temple to Savras sits in stark contrast to the raucous cacophony heard from within Sylvanas' walls. Young druids, clerics, and paladins alike are boisterously going about their business, surrounded by fae and natural creatures alike. As you walk up there, you see a kid comes up to Weaver and says, Weaver, I've lost the tooth." It's like, "I will collect it from your pillow later, but I'm a little bit busy right now." And she kind of ruffles the kid's head and says, "So, you need a blessing. I'm a bit busy today, so we'll make this a nice and quick one, just something to take with you. If you come with me to our, not so much a world tree, but it's a pretty cool tree." She takes you over, and she says, "So, where are you headed again?"
South.
South.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
like a very big area.
Right.
We're supposed to find a very specific item.
So, by heading south, are you by any chance going to Rhinanori, the Unseelie Court?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll take you through. Got it. She clambers up the tree and she says, "This one will do." As rather than snap, she kind of like twists this branch off the tree with druidcraft, brings it down, and says, "To guide you through the forests of Iortis," and passes you the branch. She then looks around and says, one of these should be okay. And she goes over to some rocks and she takes one of the rocks, looks at it, closes her eyes for a second, turns to you and says, "To guide you over the sojourning summits." And then she takes a vial that's in her pocket and she heads over to the fountain, takes some water out the fountain, and passes the vial to you and says, "To guide you through the swamps of Ventrix." These 3 items represent the nature that will surround you as you go along your way. Hold these items dear, and Sylvanas will protect you and guide you should you be lost. Do you understand this?
Yes, forest, yes, rock for the summits, swamps. Yes, I do.
You soon followers are. Well, consider yourselves blessed.
Thank you, High Priestess.
It's hi druid, but you're not going to remember that anyway. Oh, and like 2 more kids run over to her, and she's like, "Hello, children. I have to look after the younglings, if you would excuse me." And she heads off to look after the younglings. You guys, I'm guessing, having done all of your bits and bobs, will head to the marketplace.
Yep, and
Flinton,
yes.
I may have some business to attend to quickly. So if you want to go ahead, I will find you at the market.
You will come to the market like after your business.
Yes.
And I can trust you. You'll be on time there.
I know how to get through the streets. I'm fine.
Okay. I trust you. You're blessed, so I'll trust you.
Yeah, I'm very blessed.
So,
Okay.
Before
So-
I go to the marketplace, I also want to take a quick visit at my new apprentice.
She wasn't there at the time.
No, but she's back in my temple, right?
No,
Or-
you went to your temple. She wasn't there.
Oh, she wasn't there. Okay, then I missed
She was
it.
away
Yeah.
at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I'll venture to the marketplace.
Cool.
I would like to find like a temple to, or like a shrine to Saloon, the moon goddess,
Yeah, there's definitely a shrine to Seluna.
and well, offer a prayer for the journey, and I guess also guidance, since we had a lot of blessings, and
You reach
she
the
picked
temple,
something up along the way.
Not the temple, sorry. You reach the shrine, which is a simple statue of a crescent moon. And there are some blessings around it. The sun is starting to go down, and as you kneel down and close your eyes and focus on the serenity of your surroundings and of Saloon herself, you feel somehow behind the bright sun that's currently setting, the moon is above you, the moon is guiding you, the moon is both within you and watching over you. You do feel indeed blessed by her gaze.
All right, and I spent another minute or so just meditating on it, so to speak. And then I will go quickly to the market to find Finton again. And I believe my background gives me like double speed or something through the cities, so I should be
Cool.
able to catch up.
Yeah. Well, we'll all say you get together around the same time. Is there anything that anyone wants to buy before we head to the party this evening? We're going to start next session with the party, so we'll wrap things up shortly.
May would want to buy like 2 sets of darts or something. Like I have like 10 darts, so maybe 20 darts.
Cool. There's a blacksmith you can go see.
Yeah, so she will try. You go there. Want to purchase 20 darts.
Hello there. My name is Hawk Cheb. Nice to meet you. And as you see, there's a male dwarf with black hair, and from the glimpses you can catch beneath the soot, pale skin. What can I get you today?
Well, we're going on a journey, and I need to be well equipped. It's going to be a long one and probably dangerous. So,
What do you need? Do you need a sword? Do you need an axe? Do you need a new shield?
No, I'm actually fine. I have my spear, which she carries on her back. But I like to not get my hands dirty so much. So, do you have some darts?
So you're going on a long, arduous journey, and you've decided to come to me and tell me that you're going on an arduous journey, and you want some darts.
Yes, sir.
They're
very handy.
You want something that's played in taverns.
Yeah.
Would you like a darts board as well?
No, I just want some extra sharp darts.
He takes. He's basically got it as in DIY shops how they have like the trays with like the screws inside in each one. He's basically got a tray with darts in that he kind of reaches in, takes some out, puts them in a leather pouch, and says that'll be 1 silver piece for the 10 darts and 1 silver piece for the leather pouch. It's a protective pouch.
Do you have 2 sets?
Takes another one out. 4 silver pieces.
I hand him a gold. Do you have change?
He looks sad after you ask for the change, but yes, he gives you change. Which is 6 silver. And there, you have your darts and a couple of leather pouches to hold them in. What's the rest of the party doing? You guys kind of all meet up?
I am just searching with 2 items. A diamond worth of 300 gold pieces.
Do you mention that to the party at all?
Well, I do not know that's one of the characters.
Well,
in
you
the
guys
party.
have met up. I'm assuming like you bump into each other in the marketplace. So
Yeah.
if you go any shopping, you'll speak first, and then
I'll just mention like guys, 1 second. I'll be in the shop to buy some diamonds to protect us if needed.
Oh, do we need healing potions?
What on earth do we need diamonds for?
Oh, well, easy. Like
You fancy a new
For some-
necklace?
for some reason, if you die, then I can actually revive your sorry ass and put you back on the streets,
Beg
which
your
I might
pardon.
which I might regret later. But hey, that's a thing we clerics do.
Did you just assume that I would be perishing on this journey?
Oh no! What do you take me for, a beggar?
Well, I hope not. Anyway, the supplies all we found were rations. Quite useless, really, but...
No diamonds there. Nope. None.
make me a deception check, Clover.
I can
I want-
completely vouch for him. I checked the
want to
boxes
insight
Make
myself.
me a deception check with advantage from onions from
I
Sebastian's
checked them myself.
The 9.
A 9.
With advantage?
Wait, is it with advantage?
Yeah.
With advantage, yes, because
I
you've
checked
basically
and
done the
there
help,
weren't any in
help
there.
action.
Yeah, there weren't any in there when I checked.
I'm
and I
a
rolled pretty high.
therapist, so can I
I'll
also
re-roll with
insight?
disadvantage, right? So,
Yeah, you can insight.
what was it?
Ooh, lucky there.
What was the check? Deception.
Don't roll less.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, well, it would have been the one on the left anyways. That's 21. So, yes, you have indeed passed. I don't think anyone else is looking.
No,
I'm shopping. So.
Okay.
I
Of course
assure
you
you, he's telling you all the truth. I looked myself.
I have no reason to disbelieve you, so
Okay.
unless you guys are like you bring that no, that's too no.
Is
What are
anyone going
you-
to accompany you to the general goods store?
Sebastian?
Yes, Amelia, was it?
Aurora. Come on now, we've met before.
Ah, yes, no, I beg your pardon. I met a terrible man by the name of Vaughn earlier, and, well, ever since, my mind just isn't quite right. Anyway, yes, Aurora. How may I
Oh,
help
well, if you ever need to talk, I'm always available. About
Oh,
your feelings.
you? That's fantastic.
Anyway.
If I desire such a thing, I'll inform you.
Well, yeah, of course, we all process our feelings in different ways. And, some people like to bottle up, so no judgment from me. I was actually only going to ask if you know if the store
Sorry,
also.
did you mention the bottle? Never drink, perhaps? Speaking of drinks, we have a party to go to, do we not?
We do, but didn't I overhear that you were going to the store?
Devils no.
Who's going to the store?
Well, obviously I am, but hey, you can join me anytime if you like.
Oh dear.
Finton, I have a bone to pick with you at another time anyway. I don't know whether
make
to
it too
scold
easy
you.
on this.
I don't know if I have to. Oh, pardon me. I have to talk to you because I don't know if you give me more business in this town or if I should scold you for it. Anyway, that's a private conversation.
Wait, I am giving you business.
Do you know?
I am not receiving any gold for it.
You shouldn't. Every week I have a woman on my doorstep talking about you.
I
Every
hope it's
week.
good.
No, there is definitely some troublesome things happening in your mind, young sir, and I think they need to be addressed.
Well, if
Sounds
you like
like-
so, I can always schedule an appointment with you, darling.
Sounds like to me Fenton's problem is them being undressed, to be honest.
I give him the look.
It's gonna be a long journey. What I'm trying to get at is if the store has sending scrolls. That's all I want to know. Does anybody know?
I can ask for you. I'm going that way. I can ask. If you don't want to come with me, I'll behave. But if you don't want to come with me, I can ask.
I think you are. I can stand my ground against you. I am coming with.
If you wanted sending scrolls, you'd know the right place to have got them from would have probably been the Mage.
To go to the Mage Academy. I will not be signing my soul away for some stupid sending scroll.
I hear that if you have a card, you get a discount.
Do you have one?
No, but I've heard rumors.
As you're who's going to shops? Who's not going to shops? We have Maze at shop.
I mean,
Candelaria wants to get potions.
If I would know of any store that is not the Mage Academy that does sending scrolls, I would go there.
Candelaria's going to the Alchemist. Janine might be able to sort you out. So the two people going to the General's Goods.
So Clover would be joining Finton because he mentioned diamonds. Clover is 100% there.
Clover might be joining Finton. We'll find out in a second. What's Sebastian doing?
Sebastian eyeing up the people that are here. Aurora was being nice. He'll just follow Aurora.
Cool. As everyone else heads to go, Clover hears, "Hey, Clover, what are you doing walking by your old friend Grigori without coming and saying hello?" As an Aarakocram with bright green feathers, who is working serving coffee, it seems. A lovely barista with his own stall says, "Why would you leave your old friend Grigori without saying hello in the markets? Come, have latte."
Gregory!
It's
Lovely to meet
Grigori,
you.
but you've never cared to say my name right.
Sorry, Gregory. I'm on a bit of a
We
mission.
good friends.
Yeah, totally good friends, buddy. We're on a bit of a mission, so I can't really say. But have you cleaned your spoons recently?
Oh, you're going to steal your old friend Grigori's spoons
No,
again.
I'm only playing. But have you?
You can have a spoon. You're going on an adventure, I see. You have new friends. He passes you a shiny spoon.
Oh, thank you.
Come, friends of Clover. Come, have latte. Only one silver piece.
A whole silver.
Very good coffee. It's magic coffee. My family, they come from sojourning summits. That's why I'm green. Does
You're
anyone
gonna
make a
turn
perception
green.
roll?
Am I done with my blacksmith business?
You'll be kind of coming over at this point, yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone
'Cause-
make a perception check?
I think I'd make a perception check, although I've known Grigori for a
Oh,
very
you
long
already know.
time.
You already know. It's definitely die.
I guess my passive perception would maybe.
Your passive perception would see it's definitely die.
I don't think Sebastian cares enough.
Okay.
And Candelaria would 100% believe him anyway.
Cool.
And my passive is a 14, so
Yeah, you'd be able to tell.
yeah.
But Clover's never seen color, so he doesn't know.
Of course.
What?
Of course.
Colorblind?
No, he just doesn't see color.
Oh, right.
Oh!
So, he only sees shiny. And they're not shiny feathers. So, yes. Does anyone buy a latte from Grigori?
Fine.
Grigori, I'll have a coffee.
Here, take,
Hey, 1 silver piece each. I do
Take-
you discount. 2 silver piece.
look, take a gold and just get everyone one, please.
Hey, I take all pocket, yes. And he gets each of you a latte. It's the best latte you've ever tasted.
I'm going to Sebastian.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
That's, fine.
I will
Well-
just stand close to Clover, just try and watch him, because his mother said he shouldn't get into trouble, and I'm making sure he doesn't.
Here, for gold piece, you have extra shiny spoon.
And I'd
And he
like
gives
to
you
think
another
that
one.
I take it and put it into the satchel, which is quite full at this stage. So I imagine it makes quite like a clink as it goes in.
May, can you roll me a perception check, please?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. Considering you were already watching him, you'll have seen this. There are diamonds in that satchel. He just opened the satchel. There are diamonds in there for sure. Anyway, the party split off. Again, we'll do this very quickly. You head to the General Goods store, where a ginger tabaxi with green eyes, scent of rosewater, and wearing a hooded wrap, which is a mix of dark oranges and sky blues. Janine Weight in Gold at your service. How may I assist you today? Either one of you wish to speak?
Yes. Do you have diamonds?
Of course I have diamonds, darling. What kind of diamonds do you... Well, I suppose I should ask, how much are you looking to spend?
300 gold.
300 gold. How many diamonds?
Just one.
One 300 gold diamond? Of course. She opens up a locked safe, and takes the diamond out, locks it up again.
Finton, in your head, you hear, "Are you going to try to haggle this?"
No. Wait, can I respond in my head?
I believe message
What?
is one way.
I think message is one way.
Message.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
I'll just turn my head to
You can
to
reply
Aurora.
in your head. You can reply in your head. You might she won't hear you, but you can reply in your head.
I believe you can respond, but
Can-
Oh, you
I'm
can.
pretty sure you can because it's
Is it
worded.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, they.
It's like
Okay.
a very quick response.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you can do a quick response.
Yeah, I'll just answer. No, why?
I just maybe could have helped you.
I'm helping you and her. We do this
Wait a
every
minute.
time.
Wait a minute.
You're both magic users. You'll know that the valuation of the item is important for the magic ritual. If you were to haggle down the price, it wouldn't be worth the gold needed.
So
That
how-
diamond doesn't
What
look
about
right.
discounts?
Discounts discounts on things like diamonds that need to be used in a specific value for the diamond. The value is in the eye of the beholder. So if you knowingly discounted the item, it won't work for the ritual that you need to use it with.
Oh, well, that's
So,
new.
so for
Okay.
example, a 300 gold piece diamond for Revivify, if you haggle it down, it's no longer a 300 gold piece diamond.
I didn't
So
know
I can
that.
haggle it
Good to
up
know.
and then it's fine.
I'll give you.
Probably just a bit of homebrew flavor from me, to be
I'll
quite
take a
honest. with you.
No, okay,
I
okay.
think it makes sense.
Fair
Because
enough.
it is magic after all.
No,
Yeah.
it sounds it's
Yeah.
a logical.
In that case, I probably wouldn't have sent a message if I had known that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's fine. That's fine.
Just reverse.
Um,
This never happened.
Can I, seeing this transaction about to take place, can I roll a perception check on how shiny the gold pieces are?
Are we all there?
Well,
Uh,
myself and Finton are. right?
No, it's Finton, Clover, and Aurora said that they were going to head there.
And Sebastian
I'm
followed
following
Aurora, I
Clover.
think.
Oh, and Sebastian followed as well.
And
Okay,
I'm following Clover.
everyone's gone there and left poor Candelaria on her own. Yes, you can do a perception check, a quick one, on the shiny skull pieces.
Okay, it's very low. It's a 9.
They-
so.
You didn't really need a massively high roll. They're not the shiniest gold pieces.
It's
It's
very
not as
dull-
shiny as a
dull
300 gold piece diamond.
Yeah, no, he's not interested.
Cool. Is there anything else I can interest you in today, my dears?
Yes, actually, do you happen to have scrolls of sending?
Scrolls of sending? Magic scrolls are not necessarily my expertise. I usually say the Mages Academy is the best place to go.
Yeah, I was there earlier today and they made me sign so much paperwork and it made me feel at ease. I just want to buy a scroll.
Sometimes you would think they were hell touched with the amount of paperwork they make you sign. Those devils will have you sign anything. Of course. Let me take a look through what I have. Just gonna do a straight up luck roll. Unfortunately, I don't have anything today, but come back first thing tomorrow. I'll see if I can source one over the evening.
Okay, and how much would that be?
I'll have to get back to you on that one. It depends how much it is from my source. How much do you have to spend?
I mean, city tax is a bit higher around these parts than where I'm originally from, so I always find myself second guessing, but I don't think I've paid more than 150 back home.
That would probably be what I would be able to get it for if we're lucky. We'll see. Get back to me in the morning and I'll give you my best price.
Okay, thank you. Oh, actually, when are you getting started on this?
Probably when I shut up shop tonight. I have a contact down in the Docklands.
Then it's okay. I could have helped you with. I could have given you some inspiration, but it doesn't last long enough.
It's okay, don't you worry. I won't be looking for it personally. I have a contact for that.
Oh, even better. I like me someone who doesn't have to do their own work. And she just winks.
I work hard here. I don't have to solve my own acquisitions.
There you go. Play hard, work hard. I think it's the other way around. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute.
Anything else I can do for you? Fantastic. Well, have a lovely evening. It should be telling out on the streets. It's already turning out to be quite a rowdy one. Have you marked off the 300 gold pieces? Grand?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Just
Last thing then, before we go to the party, you enter the alchemist shop. There's an elven woman with messy brown hair. She's got purple half-moon spectacles that fall off her face as you come in. Because she was working on something, the little bell rings, and a puff of smoke goes in her face. She goes, "Oh!" As she wipes the smoke away from her face, you can see she has khaki skin and orange eyes, and she seems a little bit out of it. Hello, my name's Lucilia. Bugger. Can I help you at all?
Hello. I would like to buy some healing potions if that's at all possible.
Oh, healing potions. Everyone's been after healing potions recently. Crikey.
Would you have in stock?
Let me take a look. I actually just finished making a batch this morning. So I've actually got quite a few in at the moment. How many do you need?
Gee, I don't know. I'm going on an adventure. I'll be gone for a couple of weeks. There might be danger. I don't know. What do you recommend?
If a couple of weeks and you might not necessarily find any more along the way, I would say 4 or 5. I can give you a discount on bulk.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Thank you.
So I can do 5 for 150 gold pieces. Total.
Oh yes, that would be lovely.
I rolled a 2 on the roll for how much they were going to cost, so 30 gold pieces each. Here you go.
So, yeah. No need to roleplay further, I think.
Cool. The 2 people with the exact same energy. So mark that off your sheet. Right. The day starts to come to a close. You've got all of your gear. You've all done the jobs that you were sent out to do. The sun lowering in the sky, a beautiful orange sky crosses over the city as you head down to the cool evening air of the shore. Once at the shore, you find yourselves all standing outside the Dancing Duck. Inside, you can already hear the festivities have started. And that is where we'll end tonight's session. Thank you, everyone. So, I believe with that, we will do something which I've never had to do before. First of all, I just want to say a thank you to everyone who's watching this. It's really cool of you to come by and watch a new twist on what Natural Havoc has done previously. As I said, Eagle will be back next week, but there is all of us here. As you can probably tell, at least for this story, Paddy, Max, and myself have joined as permanent members rather than guests. It would be quite difficult for me to be a guest for a couple of sessions, considering I'm running it. It's going to take a little bit of warming up, I think, for me especially. I haven't DM'd properly in probably about 5-6 years, so It'll take you a little bit of time to get back into it, but hopefully you saw it was becoming a little bit more natural as the session progressed. I hope you're here with us for the rest of the journey. It's going to be a great one. To give you an overview, it's going to be a roughly 10-session campaign, so it's a nice little short one that you guys can just watch on YouTube as the one or potentially one of a few filler campaigns between now and whatever the next long-form Natural Havoc campaign is. So, with that, let's go round and say weeks in advance where you can find all of us. Let's start. Considering I can't see what the screen looks like, I'm just going to go randomly. I'll put him on the spot because he's probably going to do the best. Onion, where can people find you?
Hello, here. On the Natural Havoc YouTube channel that you're watching this on right now. If not there, the Natural Havoc Discord channel where you can message us and ask us loads of cool questions or whatever. And yeah, but other than that, I'm kind of taking a bit of a hiatus from forms of content creation besides D&D and Natural Havoc. So yeah, that's me. But yeah, Rez, I think you've done a fantastic job. It's been very cool to pass the mantle over for a little while and to see where this adventure takes us, and I'm enjoying it so far. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next, let's hear from Paddy. And Paddy, could you also please help us social the follows?
Yes, social the follows, guys. Be sure to follow the Discord so that you can keep up to date with when we go live on Twitch. It never happens anymore, but if we do, you can be there to see when those notifications go out. You can also, as Onion mentioned, you can go and message us a bunch of questions, whatever it may be. I like to field all questions to the DMs, obviously. So if you have any questions, put them all on Rez or Onion. The rest of us will just sit back and take it easy, as we always do as the players. But yeah, you can also follow us on Twitter. You can follow us, of course, on YouTube. I'm imagining this is where they find them right now. So yeah, here as well as on Twitter and on Discord. I think that's all of them. If not,
ring the
he
bell.
goes back next
Sub
week.
and ring the bell.
Oh yes, ring the bell and subscribe and all that
And
jazz.
also go
I'm
to
sure you know.
X.
X, that's what it's called, not Twitter. X, you're right.
And,
yes.
and where can everyone probably find you, Paddy?
Oh yes, myself. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitch. You can follow me on TikTok. Am I active on those platforms? I guess we'll never know. I'm actually on Kick now as well. Haven't streamed yet, but maybe I will have done by the time this hits YouTube. You can also follow me on YouTube. Again, not much going on there right now, but like Onion, taking a bit of a hiatus. I will be back, but I'm not sure when. But yes, again, Rez, also from my side, fantastic DMing. It's also been really fun to try out a new character because I've only ever done the Carvox play myself, so this has been a lot of fun. I really like everybody's new characters, all the different voices and styles that everybody's gone with. And also getting to play with Onion as a player rather than the DM is a lot of fun. So yeah, that's all from my side.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Paddy. I appreciate it greatly, as I'm sure everyone else does. Let's go randomly to Lan next.
Hello, my name is Lan, and by the time this is uploaded, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy, have a nice 2024. I hope all your dreams come true. Alright. Ish, I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, thank you, Rez. It's been lovely. I've laughed my ass off for like half the campaign, so I can't wait to see more. And you can find me here, yeah, on the Natural Havoc YouTube, and yeah, it's been lots of fun, and I can't wait for more.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Lan. Good catch with the Christmas as well. Good catch with the Christmas and Hanukkah and all the festivities happening at the end of the year. Next up, let's go for Zeb.
Yeah, I'm Agent Zeb. I usually get this up on YouTube where you will find all the episodes. And personally, you find me over on my channel on Twitch if I ever go back streaming, because this summer was a bit of a hiatus, but by the time this goes up, I most likely will. So we catch you over there, playing lots of strategy, playing lots of RPGs, and over on this channel, YouTube, whatever. Dream with all of these guys, getting videos out and playing D&D, and having lots of fun. So thanks, Rez, as well. This was lovely, and everyone's voices indeed.
Thank you very much, Zeb. I appreciate it, and as I'm sure everyone else does. Next, just because I've been wanting to say this all session, Finton!
Yeah. No, first of all, Rez, thank you so much for being the DM. It's lovely to have you as a DM. Second of all, you can find me on this YouTube channel, Natural Havoc. You can find me on the X. You can find me on the Discord, as Patty already stated before. Not much happening on our own channel on Twitch, so don't bother visiting there. As for the YouTube, just skip it. Click the bell on Natural Havoc. That's the most important part where you need to be. And third, I fear that by the end of the campaign, my voice will sound like, I don't know, really, really bad. But let's find out how worse it can be.
Well, thank you very much, Tim. Again, I appreciate it. And yeah, everyone else's voice is fantastic. And finally today, Smitty, Jane, could you please tell us where everyone can find you?
Yes, so first of all, Rez, thank you so much for having us and letting us go on this journey with you. So far, so good. Really enjoying it. And you can find me here, of course, now on YouTube mostly. And I do have my own channel on Twitch. However, I'm currently on a break, but as of the time right now, it's October, and by the time this goes onto YouTube, I don't really know. Hopefully, I'm just back to streaming by that point, so maybe just check my channel on Twitch, and maybe I'm back. I don't know. It's really hard to look into the future. But anyway, if not, you can always find me over here, and maybe the Natural Havoc Twitch channel at some point in the future to be confirmed. I don't know. Back to you, Rez.
My main advice for seeing into the future is to take a blessing from Savras. So, yeah, hi, I'm Rez. Oh, thank you very much, by the way, Jane. I'm Rez. I'm DMing this campaign. As I said, I've been out of practice for a little while, so it'll be a little time getting into it, but we'll get back into the run of things very shortly. In terms of where you can find me here. I'm very busy outside of here because I'm doing finishing my PhD. By the time this goes out, I'll be very, very close to the end of that, so that's crazy. As we've kind of alluded to, we're recording these ahead of time. Reason for that is we want to record it without the stress of kind of putting it out. We want to just kind of play and see whether this is something we want to put out or whether this is just kind of a game for us. But yeah, hopefully you guys will be, this wasn't just a whole waste of time and you'll be seeing this in December when roughly the campaign is set to finish. If not, we had a good time. Right, with that, I believe we will be off. Thank you all for hanging out with us this evening. We'll see you again next week. But for now,